Okay, I'm going to give you the skinny on these Indonesian guilds. Now, prior to these guilds, I had purchased, I got a really good deal on a Guild S100 Polara. It was white, SG style Guild reissue. It cost $8.49. Here's what that looks like. Now that Korean-made Polara was perfect. It really was perfect. The fret work was awesome. The action was super low. The only issue I ever had with the S100 was the switch was a little cranky, and I put a little lubricant in the switch and it was fine from that moment on. That guitar was just, the fretwork was really awesome. It was really on par with the Gibsons I've had. It just was really nice, sweet straight neck. And then we got these three guys. Here we have the Starfire 1, made in Indonesia, $5.49. Starfire 1 bass, $6.49. And the Jet 90, wild looking thing. Look at that, $6.99. I call that one Natasha. But anyway, what are these guitars like? Well, the Starfire 1 needed the frets to be dressed and polished. And I did notice a reoccurring theme with these three Indonesian guitars. The bridge is not of the highest quality. It'll buzz and rattle. It really doesn't affect the sound or playability, but it could be annoying to some people. Definitely the bridge was the only real thing on this guitar. And what I really love about this guitar, it's called a semi-hollow. There's a block of wood that just covers this, and underneath that is an even smaller block. So this guitar it's as close to hollow as you can get at low volumes using gain. It feedbacks nicely. It's really cool. Okay, on to the Starfire 1 bass. It's pretty cool. I like the look of the headstock. Yeah, the same thing. I could barely turn these. They were like locked in position. It took a lot of grunt to get the thing intonated. And if you look closely, if I can stop it from shaking, it's got two different size screws. See how that one is open more? And this one is closed a little bit more. You can see this one's a little smaller, and you need a fatter screwdriver for that. So another bridge issue. Of course, I had to polish the frets because they don't seem to, the Indonesian guitars, they don't really do the greatest fret leveling job. Other than that, everything else is okay. The tuners are pretty good. So let's move on. Okay, we're zooming up to $6.99, still made in Indonesia though. This one had the worst crappy tuners. It was like they were taking off three guitars. Two were normal, two were super hard to turn, and two were like super easy and had a lot of like play in them. They were junk. And I made a video about Sweetwater. This is a Sweetwater guitar. Why didn't they fail that? Yeah, your big 55-point check's not so great. Anyway, this one has the slightly cheap bridge too. It can rattle once in a while. It doesn't really bother me. And the volume, the tones, they all work good. Not a huge fan of the rotary knob, but that all works good. Once I took the spring out and I stepped up and down on it like 50 times. And this is really a nice Bixby or Guild licensed Bixby. It's really one of the best ones it's probably the best one I've had. And out of a couple of Japanese Gretches and numerous other ones, I really like that. So it suffers from the same bridge, cheaper bridge as the rest, and I had to dress and polish the frets. The action at the nut was really high, and it was never set up. This guitar was never set up. This guitar was never set up. This came from a Guild dealer, and I'm pretty sure they didn't set it up either. So they all do suffer from subpar bridges. And the tuners, it was ridiculous how crappy the tuners were on that. Now, once you fix those issues, these guitars are awesome. I dressed and polished all the frets. They all play, you know, they all have like the really, you know, good action, you know. This particular Guild, the action's nice. I have it, you know, nice, and you can play slide on it, which is really cool. I don't know why. If it's something to do with this Bixby and string tension and the string tension up there, it's really good for slide, yet the action is good. I really like that. So what it comes down to, if you're gonna buy an Indonesian Guild, you're gonna have to cut the nut. It needs a setup. And to really make these guitars play good, if you get one with a good straight neck, you're gonna need the frets dressed. Really, I think. If you dress and polish the frets, you know, that's what I would charge 140 bucks for a complete setup, doing the nut, dress and polish the frets, make sure it's intonated. They'll play fantastic. This guitar plays fantastic. This one plays, I don't know if I can say fantastic, but really good. And this one's really good too. I mean, they say you get what you pay for, but I mean, 700 bucks, you'd think that Guild could do something of a setup. 649, 549, they do nothing. They do nothing. So the Indonesian models are definitely gonna need a guy like me. You're gonna have to hand a guy like me some money to set them up. I can't say enough about the S100 Polara that was from Korea. That was a fantastic guitar. I don't know why I sold it. But guitars come, guitars go. That was a fantastic guitar. Clearly above these three guys. So that's where these Indonesian Guilds sit. They're good guitars. If you get one with a nice straight neck, you can make them awesome. You know, that's the main thing on any guitar is the neck, a nice straight, stiff piece of wood. Because I don't care how much a guitar costs, if the neck is no good, all the eye candy in the world's not gonna make the guitar play that good. And this has a nice, these necks are nice and straight. They're nice and straight, so that's a really positive thing. So just know going in that you are gonna have to do some work. So that is the video today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider subscribing, as 99% of the people that pass through this channel are not subscribed. Anyway, I hope this helped, and I will see you next time. Take care, everybody.